Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, you know what? When you're traveling and you have to fly to your cruise ship or take a bus or anyway, hotels, etc., there are a lot of ways that you can save money. That doesn't have anything to do with the cruise itself, but all about how you're getting there or where you're staying. So in this video, I want to talk to you about two different trips. One is the one I'm on now, one I did last fall, and one was regarding hotels, and the other one is now regarding airfare. And I'm going to tell you how I saved lots of money, not just a couple hundred, but thousands of dollars by doing this. Now, last year I was heading to a cruise in Southampton, and the airline was going on strike, if you remember me talking about that. And so I had to fly in early, and I had to spend a week ahead of time before my cruise. So I started looking at hotels, and there are two hotels literally beside the airport that I was staying at. One was attached to the airport, and one was a 5-minute shuttle ride that is provided free by the hotel services, and they're both the same brand of hotel, the same hotel company. So the one attached to the airport was going to cost me $500 a night. The one that's not attached to the airport, that's a 5-minute shuttle drive, was costing me $200 a night. So over the course of a week, I saved $300 a night by just staying 5 minutes away from that hotel. So it does pay to research your hotels you're staying at. I mean, I saved $2,100, folks. $2,100 because I shopped a little bit. I took 2 minutes to look up on, Google. What I sometimes will do is I'll go to Google, and then I'll search the airport that I'm going to, and then I click on the little button at the top that says hotel, like I'm on Google Maps, and I click on hotels, and there they show you basic prices of hotels around. But it's usually of that day, not the day you're traveling. So you just change the date, you look on there, and you can say, oh my goodness, this one's here, and this one's really convenient. It's attached to the airport, it's really convenient, but it's more expensive. And this one's like right here. And I saved $2,100 by doing that. So definitely worth shopping around for your hotels, looking around. It's the same hotel brand. I didn't even go to a different hotel brand. It's not like I went from a Marriott hotel to a motel, a Super 8 or something along those lines, like a Roadhouse Inn or something. I stayed at the same brand of hotel. So the quality was exactly the same, and probably less busy because I wasn't quite as close to the airport as I would have been staying at the terminal, which means I also had more choice of food if I wanted to go out and have something, because when you stay at the airport, you basically have airport food or the hotel restaurant food, and that's it. So shop around for your hotels, saved $2,100 there. And now on this trip that I am currently on, I was flying into Galveston for the very first time, and I was looking at my flights. And Galveston, we have to fly out of Houston, and it can be about an hour or more drive to Houston Airport, and worse if there's traffic. So you definitely don't want to book a flight early in the morning. If anything happens whatsoever, any delays getting off your cruise ship, even if you can get off your cruise ship by 8 o'clock in the morning, it's an hour and a half to say to the airport, getting in through security and everything. It can be a real madhouse to get to the Houston airport and get to your flight on time. And one thing I noticed is the airlines seem to know this. The airlines definitely seem to know there's going to be influxes of cruise passengers every day coming in. And so they've priced their flights more expensive in the afternoon and evening. And the earlier morning flights are much, much cheaper. So for instance, my flight was going to cost me $3,000 more, the same flight to the same city, the same layover time, and then the connecting flight to my city out of Houston, $3,000 more than it was going to be if I would have flown at 8:30 in the morning. So a 3:30, 4 o'clock afternoon flight, $3,000 more. So what did I do? I did my little Google search on Google Maps, and I saw, oh, you know what? There is an airport hotel that's not too expensive, costing me about $200 for the evening. So I booked the hotel for the evening, and I booked my flight for the morning the next day. So you take into account the $200 for the hotel off the $3,000, I saved $2,800 on my flights by staying one extra day. Now I know that's not necessarily possible for everybody. Some people have to get right back to work. For instance, if I was working on Monday, I would have needed to get on that flight on Sunday. That's when our cruise ship ends, right? Our travels end. So I would have had to bite the bullet if I wanted to go on this cruise and fly at that time. But just by staying one extra day, I discovered how much money I could save. I saved enough to take a cruise. Put it that way. How many cruises can you go on for $2,800? There's a few out there. So yeah, I saved quite a bit of money just by, you know what, I'm going to spend one extra day in a hotel. I know it's not fun. I know it's inconvenient. But hey, because I'm doing this, I decided, well, I can't go to my hotel, right? That's the big inconvenience, is when you arrive in the morning, you cannot get into your hotel room normally. Normally you can't get in till 3 or 4 in the afternoon for check-in time. And if I get off my cruise ship at 8 o'clock and I got to the hotel at 9:30, well, I'm going to have to sit around in their lobby with my luggage until, or maybe they'll store my luggage for me and I can go someplace, but I'm at a hotel at the airport. Where am I going to go, really? Well, I booked an excursion through the cruise line that drops me off at the airport around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So now I've added an excursion to my trip that I wouldn't have been able to take had I been flying out in the afternoon, because my flight was at 3:30. I wouldn't want to take that chance to get there at 2. Would I get through security in time? Maybe, maybe not. So I booked a shore excursion for $100, and I'm going to go to the Houston Space Center, and I'm going to see a site that I've never seen before, an excursion, relaxed, take my time, dropped at the airport. Probably by the time I'm dropped and walk over to the hotel, my hotel room will be ready, and then I'll fly out the next day, $2,800 cheaper than I would have been, than I definitely would have been had I had to fly out that night on Sunday. So there you go, just some tips. Keep an eye, maybe it's worthwhile if the prices are that big a difference like mine were, that you can save some money on your tips. Let me know if you guys seen this. Have you noticed this kind of thing in trend when the early morning flights seem to be much, much cheaper from destinations like that, yet they seem much more expensive from your home city when you're flying out that don't have any cruise ships. Funny how that works, right? Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.